My name is Johan Harmse. I'm presenting the ProSheriff Administration Suite. And I just want to thank everyone attending, and so we can give you some more insight into what we do. And I want to thank the Board of Sheriffs for this opportunity, so we can well, educate and help the sheriffs out there to do their job and to help them assisting wherever we can. Just going to run through a few screens. I'm not going to run an in-depth training, so it will just be a few screens and tell you what we do. Yeah, I'm just going to run a few things for the accounting portion of the system. Okay, the software that we use can be used for big or small offices. It's fast, easy to use, user-friendly, and that's our main focus, to get the users to be operational as fast as possible, because they don't need to spend their time on using the system. They spend the time to being a sheriff. Invoicing, when you start with any accounting, you start with the invoice. Detailed invoicing, there's preset fees that's already set up according to all the government gazettes and the laws. So you don't have to know all the fees. You just select what fee you want and the quantity, and it will calculate everything for you. Generate the invoice, generate the return, and there you are. You don't need to do anything else. All your invoices are processed, created, and sent through to the debtors portion, so you don't have to do that. Immediately when you save, it's already on the debtor's account. So whoever is doing payments can see the invoices that's already there. The VAT is calculated. Everything goes into the reports. So all the reports can be downloaded in CSV or in PDF format. You can send it to your accountants. You can use it yourself. You can do other things with it as well. That's fairly basic. This is an inquiry of an invoice. The creating of the invoice is exactly the same. You can see exactly what you're doing as you do it. As soon as it's created, it will go to the client statement. And on the client statement, all your invoices that's outstanding will sit there. Any partial payments, you will be able to see your invoice amount. The outstanding amount will be different because there's a partial payment on that invoice. As you select it, it will calculate your totals. Depends on where that invoice was created, the 30-day, 60-day, 90-day, 120 days. 120 days is red because that's not good if someone owes you that much money for that long. And as you select it, it will use the bottom line to add up your total. So you can see if you received a payment for a specific amount, that you can get up to that total. You can make a partial payment. And from this screen, there's a lot of functions that's available. You can send the statement to the attorney, you can print it, you can email it, or you can fax it without any other intervention. The system will send it out from there. If you want to do a receipt, it's fairly simple. You put in the details for the receipt that you received, for the amount that you selected, and do the receipt. You can use your bank date for your recon with your bank statement. With all your receipts, you can export your receipts as a CSV or a PDF file. Make double sure you've done all the receipts that was on the bank statement. It's in the system, because it's important to have the correct statement, and people pay invoices when they are correct. They pay statements when they are correct. The clients, you can just go back to the statement. The clients is also categorized. You can set the client for a cash client, a COD client, terms client, or you can blacklist it, or you can disable a client. So if a client is disabled, you can't register new returns or documents on that client. If it's blacklisted, it will give you a warning that this client is blacklisted. You still want to continue, you can continue, but you need to know that this client is a bad payer or something is wrong. You need to follow up on this. From the same client screen, you can do a credit note. A credit note is also a legal document. You can do a tax credit note from the same screen. If you select one of the invoices, that also works exactly the same. It brings up the whole invoice, and you can select which ones you don't want to credit. So if you're, for instance, charged for an urgent fee that wasn't supposed to be there, you can remove all the other items and leave the urgent fee, so it will create a credit note just for the urgent fee. and then who authorized the credit note, and the reason why you're doing the credit note. Again, this credit note, after you've saved it, you can email or fax or print it to the client or for your own purposes. It's fairly easy to manage it. It's fairly low training curve. That's what we try to do, to encourage the users to everything you can read on the screen. It's self-explanatory, and you don't need any deep, hard training to do this. That's why we created in a Windows environment that is you're already used to, because all the other programs and emails and word processors that you do use is in the same environment. Just to go further on your inquiries, when you do inquiries for your debt collection, you'll see there's a group of figures. That is the account details for this specific debtor. So you can see if you do inquiry, if someone is just phoning in and doing inquiry, you can immediately see that this debtor is a good debtor. It's not outstanding. It's on a current account at the moment. There's nothing else. So when you've got the client on the phone, you can see, but he's got 60 days or 90 days outstanding. You can ask him, sir, but your account is outstanding. Can you please attend to that as well? So anyone in the office can assist with the accounting and getting in the fees that's outstanding. Because you need cash flow, you need to get the money in as quickly as possible. And as I said, the inquiries will also show you that the client is blacklisted. The aging is not done on the registration form that the deputy have, but the classification of the debtor is also printed on the cover sheet that the deputy's got with him. So if the deputy's got the form out on the field, you can also see that this is a good client or a bad client, depending on the classification of the specific client. And if the client's not paying, you can just disable it and no new work can be done on that client. Just want to make sure that I've given you all the necessary details, because the whole office have to work together to get the maximum money in. You can't just rely on the accounting person to do all of that. So everyone else that can help and assist and speak to the clients and tell them that they're in arrears will make them make the payments. Just want to do a quick run through the trust account. It's also fairly simple. We've just got receipts and your distribution. Your receipts is every money that comes in. You can specify the type, if you've done an auction, if the client has made a payment, EFT, cash, check, whatever they're doing, you can record that and it will be listed under the receipts. Same with the distribution. The distribution, you can select what type of distribution you want to do. You want to do a VAT for the attorneys, for the debtor, for the sheriff fees. The sheriff fees will automatically be pulled in from the sheriff side. So you can see there was sheriff fees for 700 Rand on this case. So you can select it and it will be allocated for the sheriff fees automatically. Or you can overwrite it and specify your own amount. But it will assist you in what is the outstanding amount on this case for sheriff fees. So you don't miss that and pay out to the debtor and wait for him to pay your account. So you can collect the money from the trust account directly. All these reports, again, can be exported in CSV or PDF. You can send it straight to your accountant. You get a listing of all the receipts that was done in a specific period. The reports is specified for all the receipts for just between the specific dates. It doesn't really matter. You control that. And yes, yeah, we've got an automatic ticket system for our clients. If they want any support, they can just send a ticket and we receive it and we respond and help them accordingly. We do telephonic support and remote support wherever they require it. Yes, this was quick and easy because the system is quick and easy. Our clients that already use it will assist you with that.
Thank you very much, sir. I think it's only fair of me to pose the previous questions which I posed to the other service providers. The first one will be, do you also offer some sort of 3 months relief plan for new incoming sheriffs?
Yes, we can look at that definitely for new sheriffs. That's starting off, because there's a lot of expenses when you're starting off any business. We can look at a payment leave option. We've got most of our cost and time that we spend installing a system in the beginning. When it's running, there's less time that we need to spend. So we've got a lot of expenses in the beginning, but we will assist the sheriffs in that behalf. Definitely.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. And then also maybe to put the second question more clearly, the issue of the invoicing. As and when the sheriff's fees are increased, do you also update the fee, the fee structure in the system, or must the end user, who at this point will be the sheriff, do it him or herself?
We give them guidelines of what is the new fees. We receive that. We can tell them, okay, there's a new structure from specific date. We give them the details, and they can change it on their side. We can't force it from our side because they customize their system, they customize their descriptions. So we can't change the amount and then it's for the wrong one. So they customize it and they got full control over the fees. They can specify it when they want to.
Okay. And then further to that, is your system also aligned to allocation of payment against collection processes? Like if the sheriff is in the process of collecting outstanding amounts, then a payment comes in. Does the system aligns it so that we don't duplicate? Then the attorney will come guns blazing. Yeah, I paid you, but you are still sending me demand.
The system are integrated at the back, so using the same database. While I'm busy processing a statement, or the statements are collected from whatever is in the system. So if someone else on the network is processing a payment and I'm after that payment, then the process won't go on because there's no outstanding amount. So it's immediate. And sending out the statements, you can attach a letter as well, sending the statements, specifying anything you want. Okay.
And then obviously the demand can be sent directly from the program, isn't
it? Yes, you attach a file that you want to send to them, including with their statement.
Right. Okay, thank you very much. And then before I let you go, how unique do you regard your system to be?
Well, I don't know unique, but I've seen some of the other systems as well. We try to keep it quick and simple, keep it user-friendly. You can read everything on the screen, so you don't need to wonder what you need to do here or what to do. So we basically try to keep it as simple as possible and easy for the user to use, and don't use all these accounting terms and cash books, and because no one knows what a cash book and a trial balance is. That's for the accountants to know.
Okay. Johan, I'd like to take this opportunity and thank you very much for this presentation, and it's much appreciated. Thank you very much for the presentation.
Just a pleasure. Thank you everyone involved for this opportunity.